Contemplation under a tree. You ever heard about the frog in the kettle or the frog in the pot of boiling water, however they phrase it? It's an experiment. Some say it's a myth, but it's a lesson either way, where some guy put a lot of frogs, he killed a lot of frogs in the process. He put them in a pot of boiling water and slowly increased the temperature. Now frogs are cold-blooded, so they increase their own internal temperature, and eventually what happened is they kill themselves, basically. It's a nice lesson on the slow changes around us, how we could not perceive them and eventually damage ourselves through it. But a key part that is left out oftentimes in explaining that experiment is that the frogs had their brains removed, or at least partially removed, or their spines severed. In other words, it's not easy for someone to be tricked over a long-term time without losing their minds. Keep your brain in place. Think for yourself. If everyone had the same abilities, we'd have nothing to trade. We'd have nothing to offer each other. If everyone had the same assets, it would be likewise. We want people to be different. Some of the ideas of equality that some people have fly in the face of that. The whole idea of trading is built upon the idea that I have something that you don't have, I have an ability that you don't have, and you have the same ability that I don't have. And we exchange it with each other. So now we both have things that we wouldn't have had otherwise, on top of the things that we do have. It's compounding our gains. We can all win. I want you to win. You should want me to win. I want you to strive for excellence, just as you should want me to strive for excellence. Because the better I am at something that you're not good at, is the better product you would get from it. The jealous, envious idea that some of us have with other people's excellence is counterproductive. It's much easier to unite people and for people to be united by things that we oppose than by the things that we support. It's the go-to technique for politicians since politicians been politicianing. You don't necessarily need to support me and these things that I support, but let's oppose that guy or that thing and we unite around that. And in and of itself, it's a kind of safety mechanism because the negatives do play a more significant role generally in our everyday living. Someone runs up to you with a gun and someone runs up to you with a flowers, and one you'd pay more attention to. So it makes sense, and you understand why. But because it could be abused, it's something that we always have to keep check on. That's why I think it's so essential when you're thinking on things, what you're actively doing must always try to remain in the positive realm. The negative is automatic.